Sullivan.
Well, you know that's right, Gordon, but Kevin Sullivan deserves an opportunity just like everybody else. And in wearing a title, you've got to take on all comers. Kevin Sullivan happens to be a very close friend of mine. It'll be the first time I'll be defending this title where I'll know that when I step in the ring, it'll be a scientific match and I won't have to worry about any rule breaking and I won't have to be watching my back. But Kevin Sullivan's tough. He's in good shape. And I know he's going to give me a run for my money, but I know that if I lose that title to Kevin Sullivan, it'll be a hard-fought match, and it'll be one where the best man will come out the winner.
Okay, thank you so very much, Steve.
Fall with a special 15-minute time.
As tremendous as you two are as a tag team combination, things didn't go really that well against the Freebirds in the finals.
No, they didn't. And I understand you have a film on that. I'm most interested in seeing, Gordon.
Well, I'll tell you what, Robert, we do, and I'd like to. That's one of the reasons I wanted you two to come over, is because I'd like to get your comments regarding what happened at the Omni when they were into the finals for the National Tag Team Championships. Let's take a look at this time.
You know, one thing, Gordon, you have to know off of this thing. We wrestled 3 times. They wrestled 3 times. But they had one man, one Freebird, that wrestled in there in the second bout. I don't think that's fair. They're coming out with 3 guys. One's coming out. We get wore out wrestling 3 matches. They go out and they got one man that just wrestles once. It's not fair. It's not right.
Unfortunately, of course, that is the contractual stipulation they have, that on any one given match, any one of the 2 of the 3 of them may compete.
I think I let Robert down. No, you didn't. I think I let you down. No, I'm sorry. Get out of that frame of mind. We done been through that. Right here, you see, they're on me, and they're giving me a licking. Now, earlier in the night, the Andersons had opened me up. Pretty bad cut on my head. At this point, they got me open again. You see that buffalo jumping off of my face there. I think that's one of the worst things that ever happened to me. One of them slime, one of them nothings laying across my body. That's one thing I can't stand. I'm not going to tolerate that. Right there, we had a double crash. Our heads collided. And we're both now goofy at that point. I know I am. And I'm just trying to get myself orientated where I can find Frazier in that corner, get that tag.
There's the tag made to Terry, however. And, of course, you made that tag with Big Stan Frazier, and things start to change here.
That's right. They change over. You see Frazier takes him here. He's actually fighting both men. Got one man out on the floor. You got to watch him closely, too. You'll see the man just literally jump on his back there, just straddling. The other man's going to run across there, thinking he's got hold of him to give him a boot. Frazier turned him. He hit his own man. Boy, that was... At that point, we really had him because, you see, I think his name is Buddy Roberts or whatever, getting up over there, coming across. I stopped him. I said, we got him. Down on the floor. See, right here, I got him down. Now watch this dirty dog. Right here, that dirty dog. Come in the ring right there, Gordon. You see, nailed the plowboy through the ring there. The referee was with us. He didn't see the action taking place. And Frazier doing the only thing he can do, go on the floor. The man hit him. That's a very interesting point. This is one you got to watch because this is the whole end of the thing. This is the whole grimy mess right here. You see, he's starting back in the ring. Follow his man. Now, the referee clearly can't see him because you can see Hayes is behind his body down on the floor, holding on to him just as clear as night and day. And if that's a way to give away the money, if that's the way the trophies to be determined who's going to be the big national champion, then Buster, that right there is garbage. And we're going to come back and we're going to get this thing straightened out. That trophy right there, the holding in the air, belongs to myself and Stan Frazier right here, standing right here. I think that's probably enough of it right there, Gordon. I don't know where we can go from there except watch that slime carry that trophy around. That's the biggest.
For the National TV Championship, one fall with a special 15-minute time limit. Introducing first the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 226 pounds, Kevin Sullivan. His opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds, the National TV Champion, Steve Keirn. One fall, 15 minutes for the title.
There you have it, Steve Keirn removing his jacket. Now there you see the National Television Championship belt. Keirn down to 228 pounds. Handshake signifying the opening of this match. There's the belt. Keirn pulling up those knee guards now, begins to circle the ring. Time, of course, will be the element for Steve Keirn. Difficult to say which man you would have to give the edge in this match, although Keirn is the champion, so one would have to assume that he has to be slightly good. Duck under, go behind by Sullivan. Keirn got away from him with a good sit-out. Arm drag takedown by Sullivan. Keirn into a head scissors. This match has to be good. Escape into a side headlock by Sullivan. This match has to be to a referee a dream because you got 2 men. Sullivan hurtled out of the ring that time. And Keirn assisting him back in the ring. Fine display of sportsmanship here. Smattering of applause from the people here at the TBS Sports Arena. Keirn. Bar into the elbow. Good reversal by Keirn that time as Sullivan quickly rises to the occasion, catches it with a single leg pickup. Keirn trying to break it up. Finally does on the third attempt. Not a wasted motion on either one of these men. Full arm drag and twist by Sullivan. Bottom wrist lock into a lateral drop and takedown by Keirn. And Sullivan. Excellent fireman carry, but Keirn did not relinquish the hold. Sullivan sustained an extremely bad bruise on his leg when he went outside the ring. Sullivan now trapped by a hammerlock. Standing switch by Sullivan in behind his man. Keirn started to go for a mare. Beautiful move by Keirn. Turned that into a bottom wrist lock and lateral drop takedown once again. We said, of course, this match 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Sullivan charging in. His man Keirn breaks a full body slam. Outstanding competition. Both men very evenly matched. Drop down to his knees. Beautiful fireman carry takedown. Inside armbar by Steve Keirn. The champion conceivably, if you're going on a point system, the champion conceivably could be slightly ahead on points on the basis of escapes and takedowns. And again, Keirn did not relinquish that hold, and again, as Sullivan in trouble. All right, Sullivan back to his feet in that hammerlock. Sullivan trying to escape from it. And it is Keirn hanging on like a bulldog, extremely tenacious. Now underhooking that other arm, trying to get Sullivan back over, trying to get those shoulders down. And Sullivan, with all of his might now, trying to fight that possibility of those shoulders going down for the 3 count. The referee checking those shoulders carefully. Sullivan in a definite predicament here. Keirn now relinquishes the hold on the far arm, keeps the near arm tied up. Into those ring ropes, the referee calls for the break. Sullivan very quickly caught him on the break. And it's Keirn going for the abdominal stretch. No, sir. Keirn went for that abdominal stretch, but was hurdled outside the ring. The count is on, and Keirn coming up the champion. And Sullivan offering the same hand, and Keirn getting set, moves back into the ring. Ooh! Sullivan caught him really before he was all the way inside the ring. Sullivan exploded on Keirn. We've got a new champion. We have got a new champion. Kevin Sullivan caught Steve Keirn before he was all the way through those ropes. And we do have, in fact, a new champion. Steve Keirn caught with an inside cradle, a count of 3. And so Kevin Sullivan has won the National Television Championship. I want to take a moment right now to talk to Steve Keirn because, very frankly, Steve, it was difficult to tell, but obviously Kevin, either in his eagerness or didn't know that you weren't all the way through those ropes, but he definitely caught you before you got all the way through the ropes.
That may be what it looked like to you, Gordon, but I've known Kevin Sullivan a long time, and I never in my life expected something like that. I'd expected out of a lot of men, but not out of Kevin Sullivan. To tell you the truth, I'm shocked. I'm really surprised. You know, Kevin Sullivan and I go back a long time, and ever since we started, Kevin's always wanted to be number one, just like anybody else. But I've never seen him stab anybody in the back, and I've never seen him shortcut like that. Kevin Sullivan's apparently got some kind of ego problem, and he's using me for a stepping stone because he knows I'm his friend, and I'm willing to stick out my hand and shake his hand any time. But I happen to know, Kevin Sullivan, that I've got you in other towns this week, and I'm not going to be a sucker like I was on national TV because I consider myself a sucker. I was a sucker to step through them ropes and not keep my eye on you like I do every other man I face. But that's because I had confidence in a friendship, and I figured it'd be a scientific match. I even got out here and stated before, at the beginning of the show, that whoever won this match would be the national TV champion, and he'd be the man. He'd be the best man. But I'm retracting that statement because I didn't think it took a best man to beat me like that. I know you beat me. You pinned my shoulders to the mat. But you had to sucker me. You had to sucker me. You had to try to make a fool out of me on TV. Well, I'm no fool, Kevin Sullivan. And if that's the way you want to get in the ring, then I'll be ready for you next time. Next time I step in the ring with you, there won't be no shaking hands, brother.
Well, I'm very, very sorry at the turn of events that have occurred here, but I certainly can't blame Steve Keirn. Hopefully later on I'll get a chance to talk to Kevin Sullivan and find out if he realized, in fact, first of all, were you... It appeared to me that you were perhaps not aware of the fact that Steve Keirn was not all the way through those ropes. He was not thoroughly inside the ring.
Gordon, I'm not going to come out here and cry like Steve Keirn did about losing a belt. I knew he wasn't all the way through the ropes. In Gordon Soley's own words, you say it time and time again that wrestling is a game of human chess. Well, the man just got checkmated. The last thing the referee tells you, is defend yourself at all times. Keirn, you didn't defend yourself at all times. You know, what I get a kick out of is, you know, I beat everybody here before. I beat Idol, everybody cheered. I beat the Butcher, everybody cheered. I beat Lou, and everybody cheered. All of a sudden, there's a small but vocal minority jumping on me because I beat Steve Keirn. And Steve Keirn came out here before and said that whoever won this match would be the better man. Well, I just proved to Steve Keirn and to everybody in the nation that I'm the better man than Steve Keirn. I am now the national TV champion. Keirn, I didn't come out here and whimper and cry and said, oh, I can't believe it. It's friendship. We've been friends for years. Brother, this is a business. This is professional wrestling, and this is what it's all about, being a champion. And I am now the national TV champion, Keirn, and you made a bad mistake. You made a bad mistake. Defend yourself at all times, and I'm not going to whimper. And, Keirn, I may never give you another shot at this belt again, because you got to prove something to me now.
Kevin, I can understand some of the underlying logic that apparently is going on in your mind. That, then, has become more important to you than any friendship.
Gordon, this is the national TV belt. This means I am the national TV champion. Friendships come and go. Friendships, how close could Keirn be to me? If he was going to do it, he would have tried to beat me any way he could possibly do it. Keirn, you just got suckered in. I didn't ask you to hold the ropes up when I fell down. I didn't ask you to pull me back in the ring. I didn't ask you to do anything for me. No one's ever done anything for me before. You know my reputation and where I've come from. I've had to do everything the hard way, and I did it on my own. Nobody stood behind me. The fans, the small vocal minority against me now, it shows you that they didn't stand behind me. My fans will stand behind me anytime, anywhere, any place, because I did it all on my own, Keirn. I didn't need help from anybody, and I'll never need help from anybody again, because I intend to maintain this belt.
Subsequently, Brad Armstrong was injured. Then his dad was unable to get here one Saturday, We had Brad here. His arm was in a sling. Mr. Saito took it upon himself to re-injure that arm here in the interview area. Well, this past week, Bob Armstrong clashed with Mr. Saito, the $5,000 challenge match at stake. We're going to take a look at the closing moments of this match and some highly unusual circumstances. There you see Bob Armstrong, a martial arts expert, a former Marine, former professional firefighter, who's wrestled most of his life, moving out against Mr. Saito with a great deal of effectiveness. Saito now, that $5,000 on the line. Armstrong brings him up, a beautiful vertical suplex. Armstrong now obviously has Saito in trouble. There's no question about this. Saito is caught again by Armstrong. Now, if you'll remember, of course, it was Mr. Saito who really forced, if you will, the retirement of wrestling number 2 in a highly controversial match here on Georgia Championship Wrestling. Now you can see here that Bob Armstrong beginning to dominate the situation quite handily, and Mr. Saito not only facing a man who is a martial arts expert, but a highly irate father as well. So a family involved here. Mr. Saito scoring a stunning blow that time. A good block by Armstrong. And Armstrong whips him off. Both men collide, and Saito appears to be in the better condition of the two at this particular point as a result of that impact. Again, we see him doing something to that right foot, where he wears that. And there is Wrestling 2. Wrestling 2, who was at the mattress that night, came to ringside. Bob Armstrong, seeking advantage of that situation, took the fact that Mr. Saito was temporarily looking in the opposite direction, rolled him into a pinning combination, and so Mr. Saito has lost $5,000 to Bob Armstrong. And I want to take a moment right now, as you can see here, a battle erupting outside of the ring. Saito suddenly realizing and suddenly laying full emphasis of the blame on Mr. Wrestling number 2. And Wrestling 2, who was there as a spectator. Now Armstrong is out there. Wrestling 2 has suffered here at the hands of Mr. Saito once again. Saito being separated. Bob Armstrong with a victory under his belt, $5,000 richer. But Mr. Wrestling number 2 has certainly paid the price at the hands of this man from Japan. You can see there, his head obviously had been lacerated. He still has that mask on. And,
I pay a $5,000 Bob Armstrong. Now, Mr. Wrestling number 2, he owe me $5,000. I like $5,000 back money. Now, Mr. Wrestling number 2, his retirement. Stay home, eat a hot dog, drinking beer, watch TV. Your family take care of you. You're not supposed to be in the coming harmony. Now, I must saw Mr. Wrestling number 2. You're dirty, you're mean, you cheat American listeners. Now, I challenge $5,000, not $5,000, I challenge you.
well, obviously, now when you lost the $5,000, obviously, I think in your country here, we would say we've lost self-respect. You have lost face, have you not?
No. I owe back money. But not $5,000. I challenge him, little.
In other words, you want to meet Wrestling number 2 at the Omni on December 12th?
Yes. Not I paid the $5,000. Oh, the $10,000.
$10,000. Mr. Saito wants Wrestling 2 out of retirement to meet him in the Omni on Friday night, December 12th. Well,
time limit.